You probably think that the most dangerous creatures in the sea are all big ones like sharks, whales, or maybe even giant squids. But you're mistaken, because there are also small, quiet creatures that pose a danger to humans. Animals that look harmless, but have claws strong enough to crush your bones and venom that can kill. Yes, and in this video, we will look at the 20 most dangerous, unique, and terrifying crustaceans in the world. From crabs with saw blades on their bodies to shrimp that can punch as fast as a bullet. But before that, please like and subscribe. That would mean a lot to us content creators, thank you. And now let's get started. Number 20, giant isopod, the monster of the deep. At first glance, it looks like a giant sea cockroach, but it's not just any ordinary creature. The giant isopod is among the world's most unique crustaceans. It lives in the deepest and darkest parts of the ocean, thousands of meters below where there is almost no light, and the water pressure is extreme. Its body is like segmented armor, with tough plates and covered in a silvery white color. It weighs almost 2 kilos and can reach up to 30 centimeters in length. That's already big for a crustacean. But what's truly terrifying about it is that it can survive for several years without eating anything. Yes, literally. When it can't find any food, it just lies down on the seafloor and waits for the chance that a dead animal, fish, or even a whale carcass will fall. When food arrives, it devours everything, meat, skin, and bones, with a mouth like a medieval grinder. Tough, fast, and not picky, like a sea zombie, quiet and patient. But when it strikes, you're finished. Number 19, Yeti crab. It looks like a hairy shrimp. Its claws have whiskers and its body is milky white. But don't let your guard down, because the Yeti crab is unique. It was first discovered in 2005 in the deep part of the Pacific Ocean, near hydrocarbon vents. Hydrothermal vents are places under the sea where superheated water comes out from the Earth's core. In the intense heat and darkness, the Yeti crab survives. But how does it manage in these conditions? Simple. Its claws are covered with hair, and that's where it grows bacteria. Yes, it's like it's growing its own food. These bacteria have toxins that help it survive. So literally it has a farm on its hands, and this is what it eats every day. The Yeti crab is one of the best examples of how life can survive even in the most impossible conditions. But if you ever encounter it, don't touch it, not because it will attack you, but because it might carry something you can't fight against. Number 18, vampire crab. They don't fly, and they don't drink blood either. But the vampire crab is known for its frightening appearance. Their eyes shine, their bodies are bright, and they're usually violet red or black. They're often kept as aquarium pets, but don't underestimate them. Even though they're small, the vampire crab is known for being territorial and aggressive, especially towards other crabs. They're not sociable. They're active at night. And if you disturb them in the dark, they move quickly and attack. They, Isan, will even eat their own kind when fighting over territory or food. Some breeders were shocked to discover all their crabs gone except for one surviving vampire crab. Wow, cannibal. Number 17, stone crab. The claw that won't let go. It doesn't look like an attacker, but if you handle it the wrong way, you might get injured in an instant. The stone crab has extremely strong claws. It can crush the shells of other shellfish like oysters, clams, and even other crabs. But the most interesting thing about it is its escape plan. When a predator attacks, it doesn't just run away. It will hold on using its claw, and if necessary to escape, it will cut off its own arm. Yes, it willingly leaves its claw behind while it's still gripping the enemy. It's like a ninja with a decoy arm, and after a few weeks or months, its claw will grow back completely. Hard, as if nothing happened. So if you accidentally step on it in the sea and it pinches you, don't expect it to let go right away. you might back off before it does. Number 16. Deep sea amphipod, the carrier of human poison. This is an unexpected entry, not due to strong claws or poison, but because it became a victim turned threat. The deep sea amphipod is a small crustacean related to the shrimp, but it was found in the deepest part of the world, the Mariana Trench. Scientists found it with something in its stomach, microplastic. Yes, trash that came from humans. Not only that, it was also discovered to contain industrial toxins and chemicals. This means that this animal, which should be innocent, has become a carrier of pollution. And when it's eaten by a bigger fish or even seafood that ends up on our table, the poison just goes around. So in the end, this crustacean serves as a reminder. Sometimes they're not the original danger. We are the reason why the world becomes dangerous because of our own actions. Number 15. Brown crab, the cancer of Europe's seas. Many people think that sharks with sharp teeth are the most dangerous in the sea. But wait, you might change your mind after you get to know this creature. Around the British Isles, the so-called brown crab, or cancer pagurus, quietly crawls along the seafloor. But don't be fooled by its looks. This is the largest crab species in Europe. It usually reaches a size of 20 centimeters, but some can grow up to 30 centimeters and weigh almost 9 pounds. That's about the weight of a baby. The brown crab has 8 legs and 2 large pincers that you wouldn't want to get a taste of. It can easily crush anything it finds under the sea with a force that's 4 times stronger than a human hand. It reaches up to 90 pounds per square inch. Just one pinch on your leg and you might scream from the pain. What's even scarier is that this crab doesn't choose what to eat, whether it's alive or dead. It can easily eat meat or other crabs. It's a cannibal. So if you're planning to swim by the seaside in Europe, you might want to keep your distance for now. But even so, it's still delicious to eat. Number 14. Mantis shrimp, small but deadly. When we say shrimp, we think of something small, tasty, and harmless. But it's a different story when it comes to the mantis shrimp. It's considered the toughest of all shrimp. You wouldn't want to handle it carelessly. It's also known as the thumb splitter because it can break bones with a single strike. This isn't your ordinary shrimp. The mantis shrimp has a unique hunting style. There are 2 types, the smashers and the spears. The smashers have something like a mini baseball bat in front called a dactyl club, which can strike at speeds of up to 50 miles per hour. It's like being shot, literally. The spears, on the other hand, have sharp spiny appendages, like spears for impaling fish or other shrimp on the coral reef. Cool but terrifying. They inhabit coral reefs in the Indian and Pacific Oceans, and even though they're usually just 4 to 8 inches long, they can take down much bigger animals in the sea. The question is, what if they learn to hunt humans? Number 13, coconut crab, the giant crushing claw. If you end up on an island in the Asia Pacific and you see a huge crab that looks like it wants to shake your hand, you better run. This is what's called the coconut crab, and it's no joke. A pinch from its giant claw has a force 10 times stronger than that of a human. Yes, it can easily crush your fingers. In fact, it has the strongest claw among all crustaceans in the world. It can lift almost 28 kilos, which is about the weight of a small child. So if you have a pet dog or there are kids around, don't let them get close to the coconut crab. Its size is also impressive, so you'll definitely notice it right away. It weighs 4 kilos, has a body length of 40 centimeters, and its legs can reach almost 1 meter long. That means you can't hide it behind your sandcastle. So if you plan to eat coconut by the beach, make sure a thief isn't waiting for it. Number 12, pistol shrimp, the little one with a bullet of sound. You might think that small creatures in the sea don't stand a chance, but don't be fooled. The pistol shrimp, also known as the snapping shrimp, is like a superhero hidden in a shrimp's body. At first glance, it looks ordinary, small, simple, quiet. But if you look closely, you'll notice that its two front claws are different sizes. One of them is almost half the size of its entire body. It's like a mutation. No, it's really a superpower. When it's ready to attack, the shrimp opens the tip of its large claw to let a little water in. Then, with a quick snap, it releases the water so fast that it creates tiny but deadly bubbles. Don't underestimate those bubbles. They can reach speeds up to 60 miles per hour like a bullet. It can knock down or kill its victim with just one snap. The sound is like being shot with a gun. In fact, there's a type of pistol shrimp, the so-called Synalpheus pink floydii, can produce a sound that reaches up to 210 decibels. That's even louder than a real gunshot. So it's no surprise that in the Netflix film Project Power, the pistol shrimp was used as inspiration for Jamie Foxx's character, a person who can blow up enemies with just the power of a pulse. So next time someone calls you a shrimp, just say thank you. Thank you for watching. Number 11, crayfish, the enemy from the aquarium. Known by many names, crayfish, crawfish, mudbug, crawdad, yabbie, there's one thing to remember. Don't be fooled by their harmless look. It's true, this dish is delicious, especially sautéed or boiled. But did you know there's a crayfish that looks like it's from a horror movie? In 1995, a strange creature was accidentally created in an aquarium. The marbled crayfish. This isn't just any ordinary fish. They're all female, but have the power to multiply themselves through cloning. Yes, they reproduce on their own. It's like an endless photocopy. In just 2 decades, the marbled crayfish spread throughout Europe and Africa. They're destroying the natural habitats of other animals. Because of their numbers, they're disrupting the balance of ecosystems. Their reproduction never stops. They never run out of copies of themselves. It's like a scene from a movie. Creatures with 10 legs able to multiply on their own and impossible to stop. After hearing that, you might not be able to sleep right away later. Number 10, Chinese mitten crab. The blurry but destructive furry claw cute. It looks like it's wearing mittens. It doesn't seem to belong on this list. But don't be fooled. The Chinese mitten crab is among the most destructive crustaceans worldwide. Native to China, Japan, and Korea, it has already spread globally. Sometimes it's intentionally brought in as food, but more often it secretly hitches a ride on ships and slips into other countries. When they arrive in a place, they all burrow into the riverbanks at the same time. Because there are so many of them, they damage levees or flood barriers. Yes, they can literally blow up the ground, but that's not their only danger. There's another hitchhiker that's often carried by the mitten crab, the oriental lung fluke, a type of flatworm. If you eat undercooked mitten crab, this parasite can enter your body, and that's where it will lay its eggs. Where? Right in your lungs. Yes, you heard that right. There's a creature crawling and laying eggs inside your lungs. You don't need to watch a horror film. It's happening live right here. Number 9, American lobster, the alien of the kitchen. I'm sure you've seen this before. Usually the star in expensive restaurants, it's cooked whole, served with butter, and accompanied by lemon slices and parsley on the side of the plate. But the American lobster is more than just the delicious dish you imagine. In fact, it's like something from another planet. First, like other crustaceans, its bones are on the outside of its body. This is called an exoskeleton. When it grows, it sheds its entire shell and grows a new one. But that's not the surprising part. If one of its 10 legs gets cut off, it's no problem. It will just grow a new one. It's like a superhero with an auto-heal function. And here's the wilder part. It has teeth inside its stomach. And not just in the stomach. That stomach is actually inside its mouth. Yes, you heard that right. The lobster on your plate won't be smiling at you. But inside it has a chewing system that's more advanced than we thought. Think about that the next time you take a bite of lobster tail. Number 8, floral egg crab. The granny crab with poison looks harmless. It's small, has a smooth shell, and a pattern that looks like your grandma's shawl. But don't be fooled by the floral egg crab because it's one of the deadliest creatures in the sea. You can find it in Southeast Asia and around Australia. And even though it doesn't look dangerous, its secret is poison. And not just any poison. Do you know the pufferfish? It's cute but deadly, carrying the same poison, tetrodotoxin, and even worse, it's 1,200 times more dangerous than cyanide. And where can you find the poison of the floral egg crab? In its legs. Yes, the ones that look crispy when fried. So if someone offers you an exotic crab dish that you don't know the name of, especially if it looks like Lola, just say no. You might not get the chance to tell the story about how it tastes. Number 7. Japanese spider crab. This giant crawling shadow is probably the most well-known crustacean in the world. It's not its beauty, but its massive size that's truly terrifying. The Japanese spider crab can reach up to 12 feet from tip to tip of its legs, and it weighs almost 20 kilos. Because of its size, you might think it could swallow a child. But wait, don't be scared just yet. It's not a natural predator. Instead, it's a scavenger. It eats dead animals or plants on the ocean floor. It's like an underwater janitor wearing a spider costume. What's even more impressive is its lifespan. Some of them can live up to 100 years. They even know how to camouflage. They cover themselves with seaweed, rocks, or anything around them, so predators like octopuses and stingrays can't see them. But don't underestimate them. If a corpse sinks into the sea, it won't hesitate to feast on it. Even though they're not deadly to humans, just their appearance alone is enough to give you chills. But hey, at least they're the ones cleaning up the mess under the sea. Number 6, remipede, the blind centipede of the water. It's like a small centipede swimming underground, but don't underestimate it because even though it doesn't have eyes, it can kill in a way that's literally disgusting. The remipede, or Speleonectes tulumensis, is a strange creature found in dark underwater caves in Central America and Mexico. This isn't just an ordinary shrimp because the way it hunts and eats is like something straight out of a horror movie. First, it uses its sharp fangs to inject a combination of neurotoxin and enzymes into the body of its victim. The result is that the prey becomes paralyzed, and its flesh slowly dissolves from the inside. It's like it's turning its enemy into soup. Afterwards, the remipede will suck up the liquefied flesh and leave behind only the bones or the fish's skin. It's as if nothing happened. Yeah, it's like a scene from Alien Autopsy. But even though it's disgusting, you can't deny that its technique is really effective, especially for an animal that's blind and weak. In the world of crustaceans, it's all about survival, and this is its weapon. Don't be too nervous. Remipedes are very rarely seen. You'd need to do some serious scuba diving in deep caves just to catch a glimpse of them. So don't worry, it's not coming out. 5. Mud crab. The tough one in the mud. If you love crab cooked in coconut milk, this might be your favorite. But when you see it in its natural habitat, you'll think twice before diving in. The mud crab, or Silacerata, is commonly found in mangroves, estuaries, and muddy areas throughout Asia, Australia, and Africa. It's one of the most sought-after catches for fishermen, but it's not easy to catch. They hide under the mud, often making them almost impossible to see. One wrong move and your foot might get snapped by their giant claws that grip like steel. And what's worse, when threatened or attacked, the crab can lock its claw. Even if it gets cut off, it won't let go. There's a chance the claw will be left on your leg even after the crab escapes. And yes, it can grow a new claw. Can you? And trauma. For them, it's all about survival. For us, it's a lesson, not to rush into the mangroves. Number 4, mosaic reef crab, the poison that heat can't destroy. We're now entering the top tier of the scariest crabs. And at number 4, it's a festival of colors, but death in every bite. This is the mosaic reef crab. It's found in Singapore, China, Indonesia, Japan, Thailand, Australia, Vietnam, and French Polynesia. It has orange and red colors, with white spots on its shell that look like a mosaic, and it has hairy legs. It's quite small, only about 8 to 10 centimeters in size, but don't judge its danger by its size. This crab is one of the deadliest in the world. It carries powerful neurotoxins, and even if you cook it at the highest heat, the poison doesn't go away. There's no antidote, no second chance. According to reports, many people have died just from eating this crab, often because they didn't know the danger. And do you know where it gets its poison? From its favorite food, poisonous sea cucumbers. Yes, poison inside, poison on the plate. It's like a combo meal straight to the grave. So if you see a small crab that looks like a colorful decoration on the coral reef, just avoid it. The bite of color isn't always delicious. Sometimes both are actually poisonous. Number 3, emerald crab. A poison hidden behind a sparkling name that sounds really safe. Emerald crab? It sounds like a precious gem or an ornamental plant, right? But don't be fooled. This shiny green creature carries a venom you definitely wouldn't want to taste. Known by its scientific name, Metraculus sculptus, the emerald crab is commonly found in the warm and tropical parts of the Caribbean Sea. It looks like an alien green creature straight out of a sci-fi movie, but inside it's full of neurotoxin. Just like other members of the crab death squad, it possesses venom that can kill. Even though it's small, don't think it's safe to eat because just one bite could kill you. But if you don't plan to eat the emerald crab, it actually has a redeeming quality. If you put it in an aquarium, it's like having your own garbage collector. It cleans up algae and leftover food at the bottom of the water. Just make sure it doesn't end up on the plateau. Number 2, curry puff crab. It looks delicious, but it's dangerous just from the name. Curry puff crab sounds like a tasty snack, but it's not offered in eateries. In fact, it's one of the most dangerous crabs in Southeast Asia. The curry puff crab, or Platypodia granulosa, looks like the floral egg crab and is just as dangerous. It can be found in Singapore and neighboring countries. It got its name because it supposedly looks like a puff pastry, but that's where the similarity ends. Its shell is brown and looks innocent, but its flesh has a natural toxin. It's not venomous and doesn't bite or poison through the skin, but it is poisonous. If you eat it, you're in trouble. What's harder is that it's great at camouflage. So if you have allergies and you're not sure if the fish in front of you is safe, it's better not to try it. This isn't the kind of curry puff you want to choke on. Number 1, saw-edged spooner crab, the sharpest and deadliest. And at the top of our list is a creature with a strange name and an even stranger appearance, the saw-edged spooner crab. Its name sounds like a contradiction. Spooner sounds gentle, but saw-edged is like a carpenter's tool. But it's true, this crab looks like it's covered in saws all over its body. You can find this in the coral reefs of Singapore, the Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, Papua New Guinea, and New Caledonia. It weighs about 15 centimeters, but its appearance looks like it's covered with countless spikes that seem to have been deliberately placed on its body. But the danger isn't just on the outside, its flesh is poisonous. Yes, this is another dangerous creature that looks ordinary. And because it looks like other edible crabs, many people get confused. And that's where the trouble begins. Imagine in the middle of your seafood feast, a saw-edged crab gets mixed in. One wrong bite and you might not get up again. With its potent venom, sharp legs, and deceptive appearance, the saw-edged spooner crab truly deserves to be number 1 on this list.